Most universities will have a law fair or a general careers fair with a legal recruiter section, and these generally take place in the autumn term. Law fairs are fantastic opportunities to meet a number of potential employers and to speak to those who work there. For aspiring lawyers, your university law fair is a key date to mark in your diary. You should make sure that you do the necessary preparation and research in order to really make the most of the law fair and the opportunities it can bring. Before the fair. Before attending the law fair, take a look at the exhibitors list to see exactly who is going to be there. Your job is then to work out if there are any particular firms you would like to speak to, and if so, to do some preliminary research on who they are, their practice areas and specialities, how the recruitment process works, and if there are any specific questions that you would like answered. Don't forget that law fairs are not only your chance to chat to recruiters and lawyers, but also your chance to impress them with your knowledge and understanding of who they are and what they do. Law firms use fairs not only to get their brand out on campuses, but also to scout out potential candidates and the students they can imagine working at their firm. If you are able to show that you are interested enough in the firm's offering to have done some basic research and then engage articulately in a conversation with them, they will remember you when you go on to submit your application. Some good research questions to think about before attending the fair include: what are the firm's main practice areas and are you interested in any in particular? Have you heard of any recent deals or news from the firm that you can mention or ask about? Is there anything about the firm's culture that particularly appeals to you and why? At the fair. Law fairs can seem intimidating, especially if it's your first time attending, but hopefully your research would have narrowed down a few firms that you would like to speak to, so you can start off by targeting those. Remember that lawyers and recruiters are human too, and they will not mind if you are nervous. If diving straight into asking about the ins and outs of their M&A department seems a little daunting, you could always start by explaining who you are and what you're studying. Or try asking them about how their journey was or how their day is going. There's nothing wrong with a little small talk. It's all part of networking, which is a core skill required for lawyers. Don't approach recruiters with a casual attitude as if you're not really sure why you're there. Questions such as, "What do you do then?" or "Tell me why I should work for you," will not go down well. Neither will reaching to grab a freebie from the stand before running away, which we have definitely seen at many law fairs in our time. Law firm representatives have given up their time to visit your university, so be respectful and professional and behave as if this is a business event. Equally, remember that law firm recruiters and lawyers are at law fairs to talk to you, so you have every right to roll up and ask them questions. You're not expected to know everything about a firm before approaching them. Just be engaged and curious and show that you're interested in what they're saying. You may like to take notes while at a law fair, and sometimes it can all seem a blur after the day and you won't remember who you spoke to and who said what. If you're prepared enough to turn up with a notebook, or better yet, a target list of firms you want to speak to, this will demonstrate your organisation and commitment to launching a legal career. Plus, you'll be able to follow up with people you've spoken to, which leads me on to after the fair. If you felt like you had a good rapport with someone you met at a law fair, or you have any other questions that weren't answered, you might like to get in touch with them on LinkedIn or via email. It's perfectly acceptable to follow up a networking encounter by dropping them a message to say you enjoyed meeting them at the fair and that you intend to apply to their event or work placement. That way you can mention meeting them on the application form if you do decide to apply to that firm, and they will recognise your name when the application comes in. For more on law fairs, there's lots of information on our site. You can see a full list of law fairs and which firms are exhibiting where on our diary page. Listen to the first episode of the Law Careers Net podcast, which covers this topic in more depth. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on becoming a lawyer.